Hi everyone, it's been a long time. I'm really sorry about disappearing off the internet, but basically I have a son now. So he's been something I've been concentrating on, and I have just been trying to get my life in order after being stuck here in the United States instead of being in China where I work because of the pandemic. Lately I've had a few questions about my setup, so because I don't have a lot of time to spare, I would like to still make a video because it's a lot quicker and hopefully I can answer most of the questions here. All of the items I mentioned are going to be posted in the description of this video, and you can check it out. I do have some Amazon affiliate links, so if you do purchase them, it will give me a small commission, and I really appreciate it. It would help me out tremendously. So a few things. I do use an iPad Pro, and I can't really get all of these fingerprints off at this time. I don't have a wipe. But basically, this is the case I use. It's pretty nifty. And I have a keyboard like this, which is basically a great replacement for my MacBook Pro. Right now, I'm recording on my MacBook Pro. I use it for work, but I really want to try to start depending on just my iPad Pro because it's very convenient. Actually, I have a list of 5 reasons why I like this. I'm going to bring it up right now. You guys can kind of take a look at it here. Okay. The screen protector is a paper-like screen protector that I use. I appreciate this because I don't like the glass ones. I don't know, I can't explain it unless you are an artist. I used to do traditional art, so I really appreciate the paper-like feel of the screen protector. I don't think I'd really like drawing on here if I didn't have it. So that's something I'd highly recommend purchasing. It's not that expensive, and it's not that expensive for how long you would probably use this. And it's lasted me, I don't know, several months now or a few months now since I've gotten it, and there's been no scratches with my nails or anything like that. It's fantastic, so I highly recommend that. I can show you the programs that I'm using. Sorry, like I said, it's a very informal video. So I use Procreate, and you can see a current drawing that I'm doing. And I can produce art that I'm pretty happy with for the most part. I know the colors are a little funny right now because of this, but I really like using this because I feel like it has basically replaced my Wacom Cintiq 2, a Companion 2, which I believe I did a video on, an older video, and you can check it out. But this is very nice because as a mother, I don't have a lot to, I don't want to carry a lot when I travel, especially with how often I travel. So this I can just pop into my bag for the most part, and I can be on the go. I don't have to carry that many cables. The pen actually connects right to it, and I believe most of the iPad Pros are like this. Don't quote me on that. But I actually have the details here. Let me read the receipt, so it's pretty accurate. So I got this in March when the pandemic started happening. So luckily I was able to grab one. I kind of predicted that this would last quite a while, just basically from all the news and the connections I had. So I thought to myself, I need to get a replacement right away for my Wacom, or Wacom, however you guys say it. So this is the iPad Pro. It's the 11-inch version. I didn't want the 12-inch. I have held them before, and for some reason I prefer the 11-inch. I'm strange. I got a pretty good deal on it. There was a deal going on bestbuy.com when I got it, but for some reason I couldn't get it out of the cart and steal the deal online. I had to do a bunch of phone calls. But eventually I was able to receive it, and for $949.99 plus tax, I was able to get the iPad Pro 11-inch, which has 256 gigabytes of storage space. If you are new to digital art, I don't recommend that much. You don't really need that much, but if you want to use an item for probably as long as I do, which is a few years at least, then I would maybe look at 128 gigs to 256. You can also just send them to yourself, send the files to yourself later, and delete them off your device. But I am kind of lazy, and I don't do that often, even though I should. So I also got the Apple Pen, and I got that online. Oh, it's right here. I'm so silly. And this is what it looks like. This is the second generation. I actually have a rubber tip because it's quieter and it glides really nice. I don't know if you can see very well. I'll put it against the glove. It's just like that. You can buy colored ones as well. They do kind of wear and tear kind of quickly. I draw quite often lately. And you just replace them. They come several in a package. And then I have a sleeve. So this can come off and it becomes all white. And you'll notice that one side of it is just, it's just flat. I know it's a little tough to see. It's just flat right there. You can see it. So I like this pen better because of that, and I'll explain in a moment. And then I just have a little sleeve covering the top just for looks. But I love this. I love the grip on the sleeve. So I highly recommend getting something like this. The links are below. You can check that out. I actually might look into branding this one day and figuring it all out with Chinese manufacturers and stuff. So look forward to that if I ever do it. But basically, this is fantastic because it has a nice feel to it. I didn't really like the first generation pen. That probably explains why I didn't draw very much with it. I really do miss my Wacom pen where I can just switch it around and erase. Even though it has an eraser tip, I can't do that with this. But on the part that is flat, you can actually double tap here, and on Procreate or a drawing application, well, actually, you can change a shortcut, but you can change it to the eraser, which is really nice. So when I'm drawing, I will either undo with my fingers using gestures, or I will double tap, and that will allow me to erase, or I can change it to, from a pencil to an eraser, depending on my setting. At this point in time, I have changed it to double tap on here. Will actually just be from pencil to eraser, which is what I use in Procreate at this time. And I really like that shortcut. So that's the pen, Apple Pen 2. Pencil, pen, I can't remember. But that's in the link below. I actually can't remember how much it was, so please check that out. I had already shown you the case. I'm just opening it again right now. And I'm going to show you the actual iPad. So I'm just light it up. On here, I wanted to show you this. So if you see this on your iPad, it means it allows for cellular connectivity. So you can get a SIM card and pop it in. So like I said, mine has Wi-Fi capabilities and also has the ability to get internet through a SIM card from a wireless provider. So for example, I believe this is unlocked. I can go to Verizon and AT&T, wherever I want to go, and get a SIM card. Or if I'm traveling, I can get a SIM card and get some internet on there. And I don't have to rely on really bad Wi-Fi connection to send files over to people that order from me or to myself. Instead, I have connectivity on here. At this moment in time, I do not have a SIM card in here. I just use Wi-Fi. But I like having that capability because in 3 years' time, you never know what I'm going to need. I like using the iPad Pro for a few different reasons. I might have said some already. Like I said, this is very informal, so let me just have at it again. Portability is fantastic. I can just pick it up and go. I don't really need much. You can see that it just magnetically slides onto here, and that's it. I often visit my aunt's house, which is just a few feet away outside, and I just bring this over and I start drawing. I bring it in the car when my boyfriend is driving, and I have everything with me. It's very, very easy. I am kind of becoming an Apple fanatic, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. It's very expensive, but I do like how small their products are for the most part. And I can just travel anywhere with it, and it's very easy with TSA. When I have the Wacom Cintiq Companion 2, it is a bigger screen, so that means to me a higher risk of it being cracked. It's a lot more expensive. It can do a lot more, I feel, at least for my convenience with everything I like to do, because it functions as a computer, but I just don't like the risk of having that giant screen with me when I'm traveling. Plus I have the cables for connectivity. I have to have a separate Bluetooth keyboard that is completely separate. It's by itself. So I'm carrying a whole bunch of different things. I have to have the pen and the pen case. It's just really annoying. to be honest, and I just like this. It's very easy. It actually is really nice when I go to work, because I used to have an older iPad, and I didn't really like that one. I like the iPad Pro. I actually brought it to work, and oftentimes I would use it instead of my MacBook Pro. It's very easy to bring into meetings. I can do Zoom calls on here, and I have. It's just very, very convenient for work, and I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher, and I'm an artist, and I like to keep in contact with my friends and family with video chat, and I'm able to do so with my iPad pretty easily. I'm trying to think of other reasons why I like it. For the most part, trend in technology for digital art, a lot of people are moving towards mobile devices. This is one. And I like Procreate. I use that. It's pretty cheap. I can't recall the exact price, but I've been using that for all of my commissions lately. I have also recently purchased Clip Studio Paint just for the line work. I really like the line art there. I'm getting used to how I want to use Procreate for line work, but I do still like how it functions in Clip Studio Paint and all the capabilities there. So those are two apps I highly suggest. There are other ones, but those are the ones I personally use. Let's see, I wanted to show you all the glove. So after a few hours of using my iPad Pro, I actually have a hard time stepping away from a drawing. The reason why I can't concentrate. I have to concentrate on it all at once. If I leave and come back at different steps, like if I'm still working on a sketch, I just lose patience. I don't want to work on it anymore. So I have to finish all the sketch, leave or do whatever, and come back and then do the line art, leave, come back, and then do the flats, leave, come back, and finalize the drawing. But I can't leave in the middle of a drawing. So sometimes my iPad gets quite warm, and I just pop on this, which is a glove, and I believe from the seller I bought it from, they include 2 in a pack. So I just pop this on because it does get really warm, and when my hand is warm against the surface, it basically starts sticking, which is really inconvenient, and it's not as smooth for me moving along on the surface. So this is what I use. It's just a little glove, and I really like this one. I've tried some others. I don't know, I really like this one. Yeah, kind of loose. Okay, and another thing I highly recommend is these blue light glasses. So I'm prone to migraines, and I tend to draw for a long period at a time for me to finish certain phases of a drawing. And I started getting these, and they're pretty awesome. I really like them. My students like them too when they see me wearing them. So I highly recommend getting a pair of blue light glasses, And I think that's it for the most part. As for brushes, I use a combination of free brushes. I'm saying a lot, excuse me. In the future, though, I plan to possibly release my own, so you can look out for that. If you have any other specific questions, you can go ahead and type them below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, I will probably make another video in the future answering your questions if I have the time. I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry it's a little lengthy, but I think it got into depth of how my setup looks like and what I use. So have a great day, and I hope to see you around. Bye!